last night?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, another frustrating night. I think we did a lot of stuff right. Really frustrating for us and for the fans. We sort of felt like we did everything and weren't able to capitalise on our opportunities, and then gave them a few easy goals. And yeah, it's really deflating for us and for the fans as well.
Matty Mix came out and said your own worst enemies at times. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. I think a lot of the stuff we did was what we wanted to do in terms of our contests and winning the ball. Just going forward, we just made mistakes coming out of the back line, giving them easy goals off turnover, not capitalising on our opportunities, and that just makes it hard. And yeah, it's really disappointing. And it's really hard for the fans as well, because we're showing that we can be in the game and win the game. We're just not completing that.
Poor decision making or poor execution, Rob?
I think probably a little bit of both. Coming out of the back line, we talked about probably our ability just to take, I guess, the easy one down the line at times. We're trying to be a little bit too pretty with it, and then some of our execution as well. So a couple of turnovers that resulted in goals, and then also when we had the ball up forward, probably not executing our opportunities.
What did the first half teach you?
I think that was probably the way we wanted to play. We probably could have been up by a few more goals at half time the way we played. So the contest from our forwards, our midfield, I think it was at our level we wanted to be at. So I mean that we've really improved in that space, but it's just really frustrating, deflating not to be able to walk away with the 4 points.
Twice in a couple of weeks you haven't been able to match teams late in the game. Are you fit enough? Is it a question of fitness?
I don't think so. I don't think it's really fitness. I think it's probably just execution when they put a bit of pressure on us. A bit of fatigue and a bit of, I guess, that pressure later in the game. I don't think it's a matter of fitness. I think it's a matter of just executing when that heat comes, because when that's happening, we're not being able to do that, and we're not probably turning over the ball and not executing going forward.
Do you feel that there is a point where you forget how to win, or you don't know how to win?
Not really sure, to be honest. We're probably not doing what we need to do to close out games, clearly. But I don't think that comes from not knowing how to win. I think it's just probably going away from fundamentals and not executing when the heat comes on. So that's something we'll continue to rectify, and it's really disappointing for us. And I know how frustrating it'll be for the fans watching, because we're showing a lot of promise, and then we're just not getting it done, which is really deflating.
How much does the pressure build amongst, I guess, individually and as a team when each week?
Yeah, I think the frustration definitely builds, because we're putting ourselves in a lot of games recently. We're doing everything to put ourselves right there, and then late in the game we're making errors, not executing our goals, giving them goals, and it's a bit frustrating. But we're trying to stay upbeat and stay positive. We know we're doing a lot right. It's just a matter of a little execution, little tweaks in that'll lead to us, winning games. So it's really frustrating, but we'll stay upbeat, and we'll continue to do what we have been doing in terms of the contest and that sort of thing, but just continue to work on our execution at training and follow that into games.
Is there a fear at all that you may not win a game this season?
I don't think we've talked about that. We're just taking it sort of, as the cliche is, like a week at a time, because we're just focusing on our process, which is certainly getting better. It's just a little bit of that execution, and we know a win will come. We just need to keep doing what we've been doing and keep improving and keep driving each other at training, and that win will come.
How did you see the stoppage contest? There was obviously a little bit of improvement from your voice. How did you see that?
Yeah, I think over the last couple of weeks you've been a lot better in there. Rory Laird was awesome. He's been awesome in there, so he was pretty dominant, felt like, last night. And then around the stoppages I thought we were pretty even, didn't give them many easy clearances, so that certainly didn't feel like where we lost the game. It was pretty solid in there. We're feeling pretty good as a group from where we've come. Sort of, we had a few bad games at the start of the year. We've got a lot better in that space.
How much did that affect mentally the midfield guys and you, especially as the leader of that group, to be able to break even with someone like Brody Grant?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're obviously a really strong midfield. Come up against a couple of strong midfields the last couple of weeks, and we feel like we're holding our own in there and giving our forwards best chance to win the ball, and then our defenders aren't under as much heat. So it's making a big difference, and probably the areas lacking now is probably our execution with our skill fundamentals.
Do you feel like that's his spot now? I mean, he looks so at home.
Yeah, well, he's obviously hasn't played much time there in his career, and he's been awesome on the half-back flank. But he looks pretty good in there. I'm pretty happy with him in there. Pretty confident hitting the ball to him, knowing he's going to win that ball, and he's been awesome. And I think only had a couple of games, so he's only going to get better and better around stoppage. So yeah, it's he's an absolute star and can continue to improve.
What is he offering in there that you didn't sort of have beforehand, or that is a bit different?
I think he's a proven superstar of the competition. I think he's just an ability to win the ball when it's there to be won, apply pressure. That's probably what he's brought, and he's elite in that space. So we've got other guys that can do that, but he's obviously a superstar, and he's been awesome, especially last night. So hopefully he continues to improve and continues to play really well in the midfield, because I love having him in there.
Different tack, but I saw Tex mention on radio yesterday that he received some abuse and death threats even. I just wondered, have you or any of the other players experienced that this season?
Personally, I don't really read much into social media, don't check it too much, but I've heard of a lot of guys that do get a bit of abuse and that sort of thing online, which is sort of the nature of social media, I think. It's sort of, there's always going to be people out there that are pretty sad, miserable at home, that are trying to drag other people down. So I think it's the nature of it. It's pretty sad, but it's the reality of, I guess, social media in the world we live in.
Anything specific to this season, given the way the teams go?
To be honest, I don't know. I can't think of any specific examples, but and personally, I haven't heard anything. But I'm sure if you guys certainly have, and if you dig and read a little bit, you can always find stuff that's negative. So it's just a reality of social media, sadly.
Sounds like Swaney and Charles hopefully back. That'll give guys a boost.
Yeah, no, that'd be great to have back. They're obviously two leaders of the football club, and having Sloaney back in there would be amazing. And then Tales down back would be great as well. So they'll give a huge boost, and they're a huge part of the team. So it'd be great to have those guys back in.
I'm hoping to have a string of home games. I think that's a lot of fixtures going to be released soon. Hoping to have a batch at the Adelaide Oval, or realistically, what do you expect?
I'm not sure how many home games we have left. I presume they're mostly at home, but we'll just take it as it comes. But love playing Adelaide Oval, and obviously having fans there makes a huge difference. So ideally we play there, but we'll see what happens.
Mate, just to circle back to last week, there's been a sort of a question mark about Nixie's reaction to the Max Gould situation. We chatted with you on Monday and said he was under a cloud. Did you tell Nixie that you heard he was?
No, I had no idea he was under any injury cloud, and that certainly wasn't sort of what we talked about at all. We talked about, I guess, because they're very good at blocking for him, so we're just trying to be proactive and, I guess, stop him getting those blocks and getting free, because he's obviously a star and very damaging player. But it was certainly nothing to do with an injury or anything like that. We had no idea he had an injury. So
I think he had scans that we sort of said to you that he was.
Yeah, no, I don't think that came into that was sort of irrelevant. We had our meeting before that, and we're talking about sort of being able to help me out in my job in trying to negate him and just getting on the front foot and blocking him and making his job hard, because the Melbourne players are really good at blocking for him and freeing him up. So we're just trying to, I guess, negate that and try and make my job easier, which was a big task in trying to negate him.